like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop and when they're dropping. I don't know when. I don't know when this video is going to go out. I normally I try and record these things about 9 in the morning. Okay, that's my goal. I like to try and get the videos taped early in the morning because I have real work to do. I have a day job to do. So I like to try and do it early. It's now 6 minutes past 3, right? And I think I'm going to post this video today. I had a video uploaded ready for today, but I think I'm going to shut it over to tomorrow because this is a news walk video. It's amazing, really. Doctor Who is a show that's really suffered a massive decline, right? It's suffered a really massive decline over the last few years. And every few days, I've still got a whole bunch of news stories to go over. So, so I guess that's good news, sort of. Anyways, yeah, so we got like a lot to go over today. But my whole plan for the day got completely blown up. I think there's an expression, was it man plans and God laughs? Well, that was basically it. My brother-in-law's mother passed away. She's been poorly for some time. And in Judaism, you especially in Israel, you try and do the burial very, very quickly, same day. It blows your mind how quick. And there's no casket. I mean, we wrap them in in like a prayer shawl thing, but there's no casket. It's so different, right? So anyway, so that I had to get there. It was about an hour away by like 11 o'clock this morning, and it's weird. It's weird to say it was a nice funeral, but it really was. What happens first is it's really freaky. Okay, it's really freaky because I remember my dad's from a few years ago. The deceased is wrapped in this prayer shawl, right, and is laying out in front of everybody, right, and you get up and different people speak and talk about the deceased. Something I didn't know, right, and it blows my mind is I always assumed my brother-in-law's mother was college educated. She was an older lady. She was a lawyer, very educated, right? Very, 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 very educated, very erudite, great speaker. No, she was from an age where her father thought it was not right for girls to go to higher education. I don't know. I feel like a real fool. She's dead, right? She's dead, and I didn't know this about her. We don't know about people while they're alive, and it's really stupid because we get caught up in like the fog of life. Like, he said that said this, and none of it really matters. And you see that, you really do see that in funerals. Having said that, I'm going to go on for like half hour or so and do lots of little catty swipes at people for because it's a laugh. No one can be perfect all the time. Anyway, that's why this video is going out. It's going out really later than the normal 3 p.m. UK time I normally post. Actually, by the way, let me know in the comments if you would rather I do these things live, right? I consider doing it as was it a live video? It doesn't really make much difference to me. Okay, I'm happy to do it live. I'm happy to do it pre-recorded. You let me know. You let me know in the comments what you prefer, and that's quite a good segue to like, share, subscribe. I went from talking about a funeral to eulogies to say, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. That'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Fan-dabby-double-dozy. Thank you very much. I am insanely grateful. For you liking, sharing, and subscribing. Comment. Let me know, especially if you again. When my plans are thrown off, if you would rather me do this live, let me know. I'm happy to do it. Listen, I am a bit of a whore for you might have noticed for my subscribers. Whatever you guys want. Hey, man, whatever you want. I love you long time. Okay, like, share, subscribe, comment. Substack, sign up to my Substack. Oh, it's Sunday. I got to put out it's Sunday Comics, Ice Warriors. Are we starting a new story today? I think we're starting a new story today. And there's also a paid Substack. So I want to put more exclusive comics on my paid Substack, but like last month was a disaster, right? Of time trying to get new stuff done, an absolute disaster. So I think what I'm going to do is, and my son is really into NFTs. He's saying NFTs are like a new cryptocurrency, crypto market. So what I think I'll do, anybody who subscribes to the paid one, we're going to get an NFT of the month. right? We'll do like for the male gaze, and once I have enough subscribers, assuming I have enough, which is not that many, we'll do a new one. We'll do a new one each month. You can get a card a month. So, but they're all each NFT is going to be unique, and for the unique for each member, which means if you subscribe this month and get the first one, they'll be if they end up being worth anything, right? These are the most exclusive ones because they're going to be the least of them, right? There's going to be the least different variants of this one. So go ahead, subscribe. I will show you tomorrow, hopefully, what the NFT will look like. Again, it's 3:10 for me, mate. I'm running behind. I haven't had a chance to freaking anything. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. All those things are good things. You know what else is good? Is a good thing? And people may say, "See, do you really mean that?" And the answer is yes. You know what's a good thing? Doctor Who. Doctor Who is a freaking awesome thing. I've missed it for the last few years, just like I missed Star Trek, and I am clenching for episode 2 or Star Trek Picard because episode 1. They did an episode that kind of looked like Star Trek. It did look like Star Trek, right? I can't bitch about it because if I want to be honest. But Doctor Who. I like Doctor Who. I've missed Doctor Who. I really have missed Doctor Who. Good news, Doctor Who is coming back. How do we know Doctor's coming back? First news story. Is this one? This posting from Rusty Davis. I love what he does with his glasses on his forehead. His hairline must be going back a little bit from what it was. But he posted this picture of Wolf Studios in Wales. What's going on in there? I want to find out. I don't want to know plot details. I want to know the plans. I want to what is he planning, right? What are you planning, Russell? Because I am just excited. And a bit terrified, right? I hope you're doing animation, right? I really, really, really hope you're doing animation. That'd be fantastic. I would love that. And that's the rumor. A Paul McGann animated series. I would actually like to see a Doctor Who Legends. Like 12 episodes each with a different Doctor, like a 90-minute or an hour runtime. I mean, with great animation, right? Really good animation. Not really a fan of anime, but better animation than most of the animation I see today. Like I liked what was that show? Invincible, which was pretty good, right? But I would like better animation than that, right? I would like. I made myself watch the first episode of Cowboy Bebop because everybody said that's the best anime. I tried. I said I could not relate to it at all. The animation I thought was fantastic though. So something along that lines, right? Even though I don't like the anime big eye thing, but yeah, that sounds fantastic. I'm just excited to hear what's going, what the Doctor Who universe will be doing. But I'm glad that this is his third studio now for Doctor Who. Right, he had he called it Camelot before they named it as Rowan Loth Studio, and then you had the first one. I wonder if he's bringing back the original production designer. What's the guy's name? He went from having a full head of hair in 2005 to being bald like me, kind of like bald as a billiard ball by the time he left. But he designed how many TARDISes? He designed the Eccleston Tennant TARDIS. He designed Matt Smith 1. Matt Smith 2, which became Capaldi, right? Listen, that's quite kind of a good pedigree, isn't it? Did he design Matt Smith 2? Or was that the second guy? I really can't remember. Anyway, I'm excited for Russell to get the band back together. Let's hear about Murray Gold, Russell. Let's hear about Murray Gold. Okay, so next story, going from the golden future that we're all looking forward to the turgid presents. So what is this? Is this an album cover, you may ask? No, this is a signature. This is a signature of Jodie Whittaker. So the big news, a bit of news last week was that Jodie Whittaker was at the London Spring Comic Con, and it was £220 for a photo, I think a lanyard, and a signature. By the way, a very industrious viewer. let's not get excited. A very industrious viewer did some research. So I mentioned in the live stream, how much would you get if you spent that £220 with a prostitute, right? And that seems like a lot of money, right? I think, what would you get? Because I'm amused about it. Somebody did the research, right? Let me put, I can't show you the email, right? Because there's too many naughty bits in it. But this research is from www.eurogirlescort.com
/escort/London, and it's the guide of what you get for how much. So apparently the going rate is between 150 and 250 pounds. And for that, it's got all these different sex acts listed that you get. Masturbation. Honestly, why am I paying you for that? I think we worked out how to do that ourselves, haven't we? Really? Mistress? Again, I'm being naive, but isn't that just the name of what she does? Okay. Oral without condom. Well, that's the right way of doing that, obviously. Rimming active. I don't know what rimming active is. It sounds like something Rimmer would do, right? Rimming active. Oh, and next one is rimming passive. All this is thrown in for the 150 to 250. Rimming, you get rimming active and rimming. I don't know. Role play. Okay, that sounds nice. Sex between. Okay, that's it. Sex between breasts. I guess. I mean, listen, I'm an older man now. That just seems more trouble than it's worth, quite frankly. Okay. Sex toys, fine. Okay, I like it. I like an action figure or two. Squirting. I don't know what that means. Submissive, what, you or her? I guess you get to choose. You get to choose. Swallowing, ooh, okay. Again, I hope that's her. I'm not paying for that, right? I'm not paying for that. Uniforms should come in. That should be a subsection of role play. Right, what's the point of a role play if you don't? Listen, I want you to be Batgirl, but don't have the uniform. No, I want the costume. Okay. That seems weird. Video with sex, okay, you get that as well. With two men, ooh, okay, I'm not into that. I wouldn't actually pay for it. So there you go. That's just some of the things you could get rather than this. So why am I bringing this up again? Good question. Because when you get when you order a signature, you can ask them to write little things on there for you. So here's a note of what they wanted to write, what they wanted Jodie to write. Number 3673, silver pen to Laura. So you write, to Laura, darkness never sustains, even though sometimes it feels like it might. Real Jodie Lebetkin thing. So what did she do? She just signed a name. Like, really? How hard is that to copy that down, right? So there's some consternation about this on the twats, and they left a note on. Hilarious. And somebody said, yeah, they did the same to me. I had an email from PayPal. The third person said that's how they paid them, and they refunded me £5. That's not bad, I guess. Showmasters never let me know which is bad. I don't understand. Well, you don't really have a choice. Well, actually, no. Then somebody else came in and they posted this thing and said it's not Showmaster's problem. They presented the instructions. It's up to the artist to do it. So here we have, as a comparison, Peter Capaldi. Look at that. I mean, firstly, Peter Capaldi is fantastic. He was just so great with the fans and such a great doctor. And boy, do we all miss him. Do we all totally miss him? So there he said, to Lily, really appreciate your kindness and your picture. All the best. So, and he wrote a whole letter. Dear Mark, I received P.S. I've written to Lily separately. This is incredible. Okay, this is somebody who understands the value of what he has in the role of Doctor Who, right? Just completely gets it. And boy, do you miss him. Yeah, but look, he wrote this whole long letter, and look, he writes the thing. Jodie Whittaker, here, I'm Doctor Who. That's enough for them. I don't need more than that. No need. Okay, listen, I got work to do. It's so indicative, right? It's just so indicative of this era of Doctor Who. Which lazy is the thing that I would call it. I mean, they pushed out the boat for Doctor Who Flux. They did their absolute best, and I think they did their best for Eve of the Daleks as well. But their best is really, really weak, and they're building on a foundation of pure shit. I was thinking, how am I going to express it? Then I thought, oh wait a minute, I just went for all the different sex acts you could get for
roughly the same price as that crabby bloody signature, right? So I figure it's fair enough to say shit at this point. I don't think the video is going to be voted down any more than it is by the YouTubes. Anyway, next story. Next story is who's this? Matt Stevens, I think. Matt Stevens has become the face of Doctor Who. God bless him. He's let a few things slip. Doctor Who. Jodie Whittaker's Regeneration will be epic, says producer. Now, I went over this article the other day, and I think maybe yesterday, right? I think it was a video of yesterday. And I don't remember that standing out. Maybe I commented on it a bit, but boy, they've got a lot of mileage out of that. They have got a lot of mileage going on with this with this story. So Doctor Who's producer, but we did get a lot more info as well. Doctor Who's producer said that Jodie Whittaker's Regeneration episode will be epic and massive. Okay, this is what people, and contains surprises for Doctor Who fans. The only thing that would surprise me is if it not being awful. Again, like Star Trek Picard Season 2, Episode 1, right? I did, wait, what? The funny thing about that is that they're basically, what they really should have done is just have Patrick Stewart just look at camera at the beginning and said, listen, just forget everything about last year. You know, I'm sorry we did a bunch of stuff you didn't like. Now everybody's in Starfleet. Starfleet's good again, and we're flying, proper Starfleet-shaped starships, right? It's going to be Star Trekky. Because that's basically what the first 20 minutes was. The first 20 minutes was like, just forget everything. We're doing what you want now, okay? We're doing what you want. Me love you long time, right? They went from the Rabbi from Another Planet's view of pleasing their audience. But I don't think they're going to keep it up. Apparently, the whole plot is they live in a evil fascist decaying universe, and that started in 2024. What do you reckon the odds are? They need to go way back in time, and they need to stop a populist politician from being elected. Do you reckon that could be the little storyline they're going to go after? I just think it is. Anyway. Completely surprises for fans. And yeah, epic and massive. These are things that people without talent say to get you to come and watch things. Like, again, Star Trek Discovery, all right? Star Trek Discovery, those last, the first few season, season finales, they just were epic for epic's sake, and it wasn't very good. Like, suddenly you had this, like, bad spaceship break into 1 billion spaceships. Ah! It's big! When you don't have talent, you go big, right? Go big to try and distract from that. I just don't think, honestly. I was on the way back from the funeral. My daughter was driving. It's my daughter. I'm so freaking proud of her, right? Because in Israel, it takes a hell of a lot of work to and money to get a driver's license. You've got to go on like a minimum of 10. 10 lessons? She had to go, every has to go more. And the system's all corrupt. They fail you the first few times, no matter what. Anyway, she paid for herself to learn how to drive. And this is like out of nowhere, right? She's like 24. Paid for herself to learn how to drive. Then got herself a lease on a car. She's got a lovely new, brand new car. Just like, and here's the thing that amazes me. When we're at home, she's just a basket case. She's just like, and I asked my wife, like, is this normal? Like, I don't understand how she's so competent outside the house and so like such a basket case inside. She is a complete basket case. Oh my God. Last week, I may have looked a little bit haggard last week. Let me tell you what was going on last week. And apparently they talked to me about this, but I didn't remember. We did, but still, a lot of my kids, but this one in particular takes a few different medications like Ritalin or whatever. It has done for many, and I have to tell you, if you're a parent and you have a child and the school is saying, we want you to consider taking Concerta or Ritalin, I was very, very opposed at first. Because, but I have to tell you, for her, it really, really worked, right? Another kid they wanted to take, they took it and it just didn't really work out and came off and they were much better. But it was really changed her life, absolutely changed her life. So, here's the thing though, they went through a real long phase of about 20 years of teachers going, oh my God, this kid's a pain in the ass. Just fill him full with drugs and shut him up. In my experience, I don't know where it is in the country you're in Israel, it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good, and it really worked out well for her. Anyway, but except when she's at home, when she's a basket. Anyway, so the past week she was detoxifying. She was taking a few things, right? And she was coming off. So she took a week to come off it. Man, she was bouncing off the walls like oh my god, that week she was like, blah 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 blah. I was like, oh god, it was a bit much. it was a bit much, but still, yeah, proud. I don't know how on earth I got into that, but okay, well done, my daughter. Doctor Who's producer. Doctor Who's producer has said Jodie Wizard of the Regeneration episode will be epic. I think it's going to be epically awful, right? I think it's going to be like such an incredible embarrassment to the BBC at the absolute center of their centenary celebrations, which will also be an incredible embarrassment to them because they're garbage. The BBC are lecturing over-educated morons, is how I would describe them. So yeah, I just think it's going to fit in perfectly. Assuming that there is still a BBC and an England and a planet Earth, that we don't experience any extinction of events between now and then. And finally, before Rusty Davis came back, I'll be like, if the world's going to end, it means we don't have to see any more of this. Okay. I think I can go along with that. I'm sorry. It sounds a bit selfish, but now we've got Rusty Davis to look forward to. No, I really hope they don't end the world. That will be much better if they don't. Anyway, will be epic with the most recent season, Doctor Who Flux, ending December 2021. Not really. It ended. What was it? The beginning of December? Or second week of December? It started, November? It started on Halloween, right? And so it'll be, halfway through, I have no idea what I just picked out my teeth. That was disgusting. It ended like halfway through December. Okay, fine. So it ended December. And the 2020 special kicked off New Year's Day with Eve of the Dalek. The second special, which sees the return of the classic monsters, Legend of the Sea Devils. I have a bad feeling about this one. And, I'm really kind of impressed with what the job they did with Eve of the Daleks. Because the director was a first-time director, hired purely because I think she was black. But she did a great job. She did an absolutely fantastic job. RTD, Rusty Davis there. I'm sure you know who RTD is. Put her on your Rolodex. This is somebody worth bringing back. I think this is totally worth bringing back. But this new one looks like it's going to be awful, right? It looks like it's going to be really bad. Firstly, the Sea Devil doesn't look very good at all. We're supposed to get a special announcement, by the way, and I didn't put this on the thumbnail because it's a rumor beyond rumor. On the date the special goes out, which is April 16th or 17th. I guess we'll be announcing the new Doctor if that indeed happens. My guess, though, will probably be leaked beforehand because Rusty Davis doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't seem to like Chris Chibnall. Why doesn't he like Chris Chibnall? I think because Rusty Davis is a Doctor Who fan. that might have something to do with it. Legend of the Sea Devils was recently confirmed to be broadcast on Easter. The third and final special has not yet received an air date, but expected to be broadcast as part of the BBC centenary celebrations. 100 years of since the broadcast's inception. You know what they should do for that, right? They should have large displays of all the classic great BB shows. Like Some Mothers Do Have Them, It Ain't Our Hot Mum, EastEnders, Duchess of Duke Street, Upstairs, Downstairs, have all these incredible things. That Singing Detective, all these incredible things the BBC has done, and then have a bunch of idiot children who run the BBC go around and just take a massive shit on all of them. 40 down. That would be a somewhat accurate rendition of the BBC as it is today. And and probably more entertaining as well. Oh, full of body. As not commemorating 100 years since the broadcast inception. The final special, which has not yet received a title, will be Jodie Whittaker's last outing as a Doctor. Has to be Regenerating, Fading to Black, right? Or I think there's going to be revealed to be one of like a gazillion billion universes of gazillion billion Doctors, which I think Russell Davies might take that baton and run with it to kind of decanonize this turgid era. And if you're a fan of it, that's not bullying you. I'm just saying I don't like it, for God's sake. Oh, God, it's Planet of the Cream Puffs. What's going on, people? The final special, last actor, Whittaker, the Doctor. Whittaker, who plays the 13th incarnation of Time Lord, not in my book, but okay, revealed last year that she was handing back the TARDIS keys and leaving the role. Well, she revealed it after it was revealed 6 months earlier by the Mirror, and everybody just said, yeah, okay. But then they said Rusty Davies is going, and when that announcement was official, there was nothing but elation, right? Just pure elation throughout fandom. Not really a good sign, really, not a good sign. That you're doing that well. The first woman to play the role, play the part. Oh, really? They never mentioned that. Really? Who knew? First woman to play the part. Whittaker's performance has been met with acclaim by fans and critics. Not of late, it hasn't. It got met with acclaim by fans and critics when she hadn't done anything. I think Colin Baker's a good example of that, isn't he? Right, Colin Baker said, "Oh, she's so stunning and brave. She's so great. Oh, breaking the glass ceiling." How many episodes have you seen, Colin? Which one's your favourite? Oh, I haven't seen any yet. But so why do you think she's going to do it? Oh, she is. She's so great. But you haven't seen any. No, I haven't, not yet. But why not? Why not? You don't think it would? You don't think you would enjoy it? Of course I would. Of course I would. Yes, absolutely, no question. I would enjoy it. I just haven't got to it yet. Yeah, right, mate, right. And that's what all the reviews were like on the first week. I didn't break it, said crowed Whittaker, and then she went on to break it, right? Like literally at that moment. Here's the thing: they always claim victory at the earliest moment possible, and they're always proved wrong. Like that's why all these news reports of Russia's doing very badly in this war with Ukraine. Oh, Russia's really regretting everything. Maybe they are. I don't know. I have no bloody idea. I don't trust the people telling me that because they lie a lot, right? They lie a lot. Man, I was listening to the thing today, going over all the times that these global elites, like like the Davos Group and the World Economic Forum, and not Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, people like that, all these like insanely wealthy tech oligarchs have said, "Oh, I think we need a bit of a population reduction." And a couple of people said, "Oh, wouldn't it be great to have a limited nuclear war?" And I'm not joking. So they kind of, this is the world we live in, mate. So hopefully that's not going to happen. Anyway. First one to play the part has been met with acclaim from fans and critics. Piss off. No, she hasn't. Really? Whittaker's performance has been... Okay, I keep reading it because I can't believe it. While some storylines during her tenure on Doctor Who have received criticism, you mean all of them? What about the one they said was so stunning and brave, Rosa, or tonight on a very special episode of Doctor Who? No, that was garbage too. They're all garbage, right? They're all garbage. The best ones they've done are the ones most recent, and they're garbage too. Like, Flux just fell apart completely. Whittaker will depart, having held the role for 3 seasons and a set of specials, the same as 10th Doctor David Tennant, which is why they gave her the extra special. Oh, yeah, she's exactly the same as David Tennant. Had exactly the same run, which is the amazing thing, right? Well, I love the way they just pretend it's all worked out very well. Right? Isn't that funny? They all go, "Oh, we're all so sad." Like, look at this. They think, we're met with acclaim by fans. No! That's not true. Exactly the same. Due to a reduced number of episodes since season 11, however, Whittaker will be the shortest serving Doctor since the 2005 revival. That's one of the reasons. The other reason is she's shit! And everybody hates her! I mean, like, really? This is not rocket science.
Reported by Digital Spy, Doctor Who's executive producer Matt Stevens teased an epic farewell for Whittaker's 13th Doctor. Speaking to Doctor Who magazine, Stevens, who is also departing along with everybody else connected to this utterly failed production. The Doctor Who said that the show, who was also on the show at the end of the 2022 specials, it said that the specials final story was a massive feature-length epic, big on scale, big on emotion too. No. I mean, do you remember you probably didn't because you didn't watch it. At the end of the Revolution of the Dalek, Ryan and Graham left, right? And that's supposed to be a big emotional thing. It was weird. It was a really weird, stilted scene. It was like Ryan was like, Tosin Gold was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna go." Right? I'm fed up. Bradley Walsh Graham was like, "Oh yeah, I'm with you, Cockle. Out the door, on your toes, mate." Right? So they both left, right? And they have this like group hug, and then they go back to trying to ride a bicycle on the in Sheffield Downs or wherever it is, and failing horribly, while the smiling visage of his grandmother and Graham's ex-wife looks down at them, and beneficially from the sky. It's just weird. It was weird, and not. It was more like, what? Huh? If I'm going to give you a science fiction analogy, have you ever seen Firefly, which I thought was quite good? The end of the first part of the pilot episode was when Summer Glau comes into it. She's inside this big suspended animation box. Man, this guy's transporting this box, and they want to know what's in the box. And they open it up, and inside's a naked fetal Summer Glau, which I'm always happy to find in a box. Anyway, and then the reaction is from the captain goes, which is kind of my reaction to that big emotional leaving scene. Anyway, was Stevens confident that Whittaker receives a really good send-off? No! Again, she's reviled. She's hated. You've done a very, very, very bad job. No, that's not going to happen. Guaranteed to push everyone's buttons. Well, the previous 3 years has only done. Read the full quote below. I wonder if the full quote's going to add anything different. The final story is a massive feature-length epic. The final story is a massive feature-length epic. It was huge. Oh, it's so big. With lots of surprises for fans of all ages. All 7 of them. Jodie gets a in the London Comic-Con, London Spring Comic-Con. It was all the Jodie Whittaker fans got together from across the world. There was like 112 of them. Right, and they all look a bit dodgy. Okay, they all looked a bit funny to me. I'm sure they're all lovely people. It was huge to see with lots of surprises for fans of all ages. Jodie gets a really good send-off. I think it will push everyone's buttons. Okay, but not maybe the people who are doing the ratings. Regeneration, when the Doctor changes appearance and personality when they are mortally wounded, is built into the reboot switch and helps keep Doctor Who fresh. Typically an emotional episode as the Doctor dies, making sure Whittaker receives an epic exit to be retconned forever. Right, epic exit, not least as the first woman to play the role. Really, she's the first woman. They never mentioned that. Okay, it's incredible. Frankly, I didn't notice. Right, I didn't notice at all. I just noticed she was shit. I mean, look at this. Oh God, she's so bad. Where we are. Well, viewers have to wait until the end of the year, whether it's promised to skip, blah, 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 blah. The director of the final rate, Magnuson, confirmed the final day shoot was bittersweet. I don't care. While Regeneration are emotional, blah, 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 for them making and viewing the show. What comes next is equally thrilling. Departing alongside Whittaker, Rusty, blah, 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 blah. Rusty Davis is coming back. Now, here's a funny thing. You would have thought Rusty Davis' return would be met with elation from all quarters. And it was, until some of those quarters realized that they had backed the wrong horse in saying Whittaker was the bestest ever. And now they're in a bit of a strange situation. This person, Thomas Bacon, he's a big fan of the Whittaker years. He's in a bit of freefall, though, because he doesn't know quite what to say. Russell Davies alone can't fix BBC's biggest Doctor Who problem. Yeah, he can, because that was Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall, right? I think that's quite an easy way to fix it. Get rid of them and bring him in. Problem solved, looks like to me, right? Look, it seems to be a quick way of doing it. But let's see what he's got to say for himself. Russell Davies is returning Doctor Who, but the circumstances of his return point to a bigger problem with the show, one the BBC must fix. Well, what? Gesundheit. Again, specifically this guy, has been saying it's been the bestest ever. And anybody not saying that is an icky wicky bigot, right? A lot of times he said that. Not so much, mate. Not so much, really. So must fix. Rusty Davies is returning Doctor Who, but even he can't fix the BBC's biggest problem with a long-running TV series. What is that biggest problem? It's Jodie Whittaker. It's common purpose. It's the high-ups at the BBC wanting to stuff things with an insane agenda, like men and women are interchangeable. No, they're not. Men and women are the same. No, they're different. They're equal. They're equal. Oh man, I wish I could remember the name. There's another thing I was reading about the other day. In the 1960s, there was a fundamental book of left-wing policy ideas, left-wing intelligentsia policy ideas, which essentially said that all left-wing protests, no matter violent or not, must always be tolerated, and any right-wing protest, no matter how peaceful, must not be tolerated. Seems to me that that's the world they created. And the idea behind it is, if you're left-wing, it means because you're clever, right? You're a clever smarty pants. But if you're right-wing, you're a dummy, so you shouldn't be listened to. That honestly, and I think this was the 70s, this book came out, and it just seems to be, yeah, that's exactly the world we live in, isn't it, right? Exactly the world we live in. So what's this problem then? Current Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall and the 13th Doctor Jodie Whittaker seem to have been something of a package deal. No, they will fight together because they were both awful. Signed for 3 seasons and a number of specials. Yeah, right. It was 5 years, okay? Chibnall had a 5-year plan. Well, the next Doctor's End remains a mystery, I think, till April 17th. The next showrunner will be Russell Davies himself, mastermind of the 2005 revival. Okay, I'm glad you said revival, not reboot. Davies will face a difficult challenge. Yeah, what is this idea? The BBC seems to have come close to cancelling Doctor Who, with executive producer Matt Stevens admitting production was unsure of the show's future. Yes! Yeah, and why was that? Because what you did, Stevens, was so stunning and brave and successful. Was that why? Was that why it was going to be cancelled? No, because it was shit and nobody liked it. Listen, that's just a layman's point of view. You tell me. You decide for yourself. And it's such a doofus to tell everyone about this. I didn't hear about Davies' return until the day before it's announced. Yeah, that was cold. I love that. And the sound of and sounds that have breathed a sigh of relief. My utter relief was we didn't break it. You did. Okay, you did. And Jodie Whittaker gets to regenerate. Well, I think she always got to regenerate, just not into anybody, as the case may be. He observed in a self-deprecating style Gallifrey 1 convention. God, again, I'd rather be in Kiev than there. Stevens' comments tie into a general sense of pessimism and concern in the fan base right now. No. There's a general sense of elation and optimism in the fan base right now. Just in your teeny tiny little Twitter group. That you're all what's the word? Pessimistic and depressed. Yes, because why? Because you absolutely bullied everybody who isn't like you. A dislike of the unlike, right? I absolutely did that for years on end. Said anybody who didn't like it was a bigot. He said it was as successful as ever. How much more evidence do you need of complete and total failure? So that's why you're feeling a bit pessimistic, because you've been dicks. I'm sorry that you've been dicks, but you've been dicks. And concerned and fine about it because Chibnall's era has proved divisive and the ratings haven't been great. No, not really. I think most fans have hated it, along with most human beings. The return of Rusty Davis has left many fans delighted, in large part because he seems to have a strong vision for the show's future. But Davis' return alone won't fix the BBC's biggest... Hey, stop teasing us! Tell us what it bloody is! With Doctor Who, because the biggest issues lies in the very way the BBC handles the series. Oh, problem solved. They don't handle the series anymore. They don't have any creative control over it whatsoever. They are just distributors in the UK. So I'm hoping the council, John Barrowman, will come back, or at least the Absent Friends Big Finish release will get a green light for release. This is actually the least. This is actually at least the second time BBC has. That's actually the third. BBC has considered cancelling the show since the relaunch. Oh, in that case, it's the fifth then. If you're going to go, ironically, the first time was Dave himself departed alongside 10th Doctor David Tennant, with the BBC execs fearing that David's vision and Tennant's performance were irreplaceable. The BBC approached the Doctor Who emphasised the importance of showrunners' singular vision and voice. Yeah, unfortunately, you had a showrunner's singular vision and voice was garbage, right? Absolute garbage. And one of the things he did with his singular vision and voice was create a writer's room, like an American-style writer's room. How'd that work out? Yes, not very well. Vision and voice, with a public service broadcaster aware of slipping into making the series by a committee. While undoubtedly leads to remarkably well-defined eras of Doctor Who, modern Who is basically defined by the showrunners rather than the Doctor, as per the classic series. Well, if you want a doofus, you'll know exactly as defined by the showrunners. Like the 80s was Russell T Davies, Colin Baker was a self-insert. Or not Russell T Davies, John Nathan Turner. Yeah, the three names. What do you? The 80s were John Nathan Turner, right? 100%. And for the first half, it went down well. Should have left with Peter Davison. Hinchcliffe era, that defines the Hinchcliffe era, and then the Graham Williams era defines the Graham Williams era, right? There's a big difference between Derek Sherwin's Third Doctor and Barry Letts and Terrence Dicks, right? Yes, no, it's always been that way. It's just you're a moron. You're a moron who's clueless and doesn't know how stupid a moron they are. It means changeover are perilous times. This is the greatest issue with Doctor Who. The departure of showrunner is automatically a time of risk. No. Right? They said, can it continue without Rusty Davis and Rusty Davis? Of course it can. Oh, you moron. Here's Moffat. Hey, do you fancy a few seasons of Sherlock as well? I mean, really? Yeah. No, it's like the risk is you get a showrunner who's clueless and not talented and can't do the job. That is indeed a risk. Where the future is uncertain and obscure. Davis returning with a strong vision for Doctor Who's future. But that vision will never be secure as long as the BBC fail to plan ahead. It's okay! They don't have it anymore! It's problem solved, moron! Okay? Problem frickin' solved. But the vision will never be set as long as they plan ahead. The BBC will always knew Chibnall was going to leave after 3 seasons. No! That was a lie! It was supposed to be 5 years was his plan. Right, he had a minimum of 3 seasons, and boy, did that last a long time. And yet they seem to only begin looking for a replacement quite late in the day. No! They couldn't find a replacement because the job he did was so freaking awful. Oh my God, isn't life confusing when you ignore things you don't want to see? Right? It's so insane. Right? That kind of lapse in judgment is unforgivable. It didn't happen. The lapse in judgment was giving it to bloody Chibnall. It was Piers Wenger's lapse in judgment, and Piers Wenger has now got himself on an escape raft, apparently. That kind of is unforgivable, since the BBC is far too short-termist in terms of planning Doctor Who, rather than approach a new showrunner in the nick of time. They did it! He said he'd been trying to do it, hand it off for over a year. Why do you think he couldn't do it? Why do you think Vinay Patel couldn't step up? Because they had utterly failed. Oh, no, that makes sense now, doesn't it? They should instead spend the next few years planning for beyond Davis, figuring out his potential successors and reproaching them. That's as dumb as the Doctor Who Night sketch. It was from, 99? Doctor Who Night was great. You had this, BBC Two-shaped Dalek they had, and Tom Baker doing in little bits in between documentaries and stuff. But they had one sketch where it was Mark Gatiss, I think. Mark Gatiss and David Williams, maybe. And it was basically Sidney Newman pitching the idea of Doctor Who that will run 25 years. Right, and he just went through, and then we'll put him in a clown's costume, and it's like, if you can find it, it's on YouTube, I think. It's very funny. Yeah, no, you're just this guy is such a moron. This more than anything else would secure the long-term future of Doctor Who. What was good? The long-term future of Doctor Who is getting the overeducated morons' hands off it. Because it will be an approach that lessens the tension and points to mark of change. The next showrunner could spend years defining their vision, watching their predecessor, and seeing what works and what doesn't, allowing them to hit the ground running and work out their next season straight away. With such an approach, Doctor Who will never be in fear of cancellation again, unless it proves to be incredibly unpopular that they can't find anybody to replace the showrunner because it's a toxic brand. Oh, man, I tell you, I thought having to uproot my day to go to a funeral would be the most annoying thing that happened today. No! Reading that was absolutely the most annoying thing that happened today. So there you go. There's a lot of news about. Let me know in the comments if you'd rather I do these things live. I'm again totally happy to. You let me know what you want. Like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up my Substack. Free NFT to all the paid subscribers. And again, not that many this month. So this is the chaser month to go for. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin. Remember another planet, and have yourselves a freaking awesome day.